All right, I just want to talk about these different G4 LED bulbs because not all are created the same, and I didn't realize this until after I went through this process. So there's a couple things to keep in mind as you're deciding what type to buy, because there's a lot of options, right? The first, as you're making the move to LED G4 bulbs, and you might have had the traditional halogen prior to this. I use these for my landscape lighting, and there's a couple things to consider. Number one is the Kelvin rating, which is going to affect the color temperature. I'll show you the difference here if you buy the wrong Kelvin for your system or if you don't understand it. And the other is the number of actual LEDs that each of these has. So first let's talk about the number of LEDs. And you can see that these are two products that are going to sit very similar in your in what you're looking at. But look at how many different LED components that each of these have. Each of these yellow dots or marks is a different LED that puts off lighting. Now you can see that the one on the right has larger yellow marks and the one on the left has smaller, but all you gotta do is just look around and you can see that this is 4 parts. There's 4 kind of sections of this, and each one on either side has lights. This is only 2 parts, right? And inside of that there's only a handful of lights of LEDs on each one. What am I trying to say? This guy here is a lot brighter than this guy here. It has a lot more LED components to it. So might not be a big deal to you, but if you want something that is going to be brighter and pack more punch, pay attention to how many LED components there are. I'm not even sure if I'm saying all this correctly. I'm just speaking from experience here. The other thing is the Kelvin. So I'm a previous photographer, so I understand this very well. But what I can tell you is that the higher the number here, the cooler that the light warmth is going to be. How does this affect things? Well, if you want cool light, if you want more natural daylight looking stuff, this 6,000 Kelvin is going to be a lot closer. If you want warmer tones to your outdoor lighting or whatever you're using these for, you want a lower number, 3,000 Kelvin, etc. Now I'll show you where I made that mistake. I didn't pay attention to this, and as you're seeing on screen right now, here's my low voltage landscape lighting setup, and you can see the 2 lights I replaced that have the 6,000 Kelvin, which is the cooler temperature, versus the 3,000 Kelvin, which has the warmer temperature. So if you're going to just start from scratch, it's not as big of a deal because you won't notice the difference because it's all going to be the same. But as you're replacing these, which is what I'm doing, you're going to need to pay attention to the different color temperatures and try to get the right one. Okay, I hope this has been helpful for you.